This one's for anyone who feels stuck. They want to get out of that 9-to-5 job. They're interested in wholesaling real estate, which is a business model that lets you get paid $5,000 for finding a rundown house. Even as much as $30,000 is for finding a rundown house and passing it off to an investor who has money. My name's David Lecco. I created a process that's helped 10,000 people close their deals for the first time in all 50 states with the software platform called DealMachine. And Ryan, he's been our greatest customer since 2019 in terms of how many deals that he's actually closed. He's closed 425 deals starting from scratch, no experience at all. What's going on, Ryan?
What's up?
And he's in St. Joseph, Missouri. So we thought we'd ask if anyone needed help, if they were stuck wholesaling in the DealMachine community group. And so this is actually somebody who said yes. He sent me his phone number, and we hear exactly, how he got stuck. And it sounds like he's working for an established wholesaler as an acquisitions person where, he, part-time, he can actually look for properties and then get paid and get some help selling the deal to an investor by working with an established wholesaler. Was that clear, Ryan?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So here he is, Nicholas. Hope your Wednesday's starting off well. I saw you responded to my post, and it seems like you're working on wholesaling, and you wanted to get advice from Ryan. This is Ryan. He's done 400 deals wholesaling since 2019. So we thought we'd open these up to just help anyone who feels stuck get unstuck. So you want to tell us a little bit about your background and what's going on?
Yeah, for sure. I would love to, open it up and discuss about my background. I come from a small town in Michigan called Monroe, and, just normal average 22-year-old, just looking to get into real estate. And, I still, kind of having that balance. I am working in the cannabis industry right now as a bud tender. So, I'm putting my face in front of people, just getting that building that confidence just overall as a human, and just, talking to people all day. And, I met my manager, Jacob, through one of the dispensaries. He's a landlord in Toledo, and he owns 13 properties residential. He's got 13 doors. So he's just really been able to open the opportunity for me as acquisitions to, get in and start cold calling and transition what I know just from customer service to generating that into real estate, and just transitioning myself overall into real estate and wholesaling, and trying to get leads and just trying to get deals, and, setting the appointments and the walkthroughs. And last month I had two duplexes under contract, and, they fell through just recently. So, I feel stuck, but like, I don't feel stuck at the same time, if you know if that makes sense.
What caused the duplexes to fall through?
I would say competition, most definitely. And I think the price was a little bit too high for investors to come in at that price with. So, I would definitely say it would be timing and just not having enough knowledge to come back through and renegotiate the deal.
Nicholas, do you mind if you just double tap into that and walk us through how did you find that duplex in the first place?
So I found one of the duplexes through DealMachine. I was, driving around the neighborhood, and I came across this duplex that, was broken down, had damaged windows, just siding was all messed up. And so then, I obviously used DealMachine to skip trace the owner and, kind of have a conversation built with him. And he was asking $99,000, and I was able to get it all the way down to 86. And then, so then me and my manager, we got into dispositions, and, we're in Toledo real estate investing groups, and, we like to, market that property to, local investors that, are actively buying. And, I've gotten advice from certain people just telling me that, the price was too high, and, I wasn't able to close it at the end of the day. And then I had I had another one over by the hospital. And I found that one on Facebook, actually. But this duplex was owned by a landowner, and his friend, renovated the house and didn't have enough money, or he had enough money to put into it, but he ended up buying another house, so he didn't want to put more time and money into this rental, put it up. So we were able to get that under contract for $90,000. And I think a couple of days ago, we were trying to price drop it just because we went through inspection and we had a little bit more issues with, the soil and the foundation, and, the upstairs roof was starting to like cave in. And, so then I came back to him and tried to renegotiate it down to 70. And he had someone else come in and tell me that he had someone that was able to buy it at that price, which was 90, which we already had it under contract for. So, okay. And that feeling, like, I felt disencouraged, but it's like, it's teaching me lessons as I go forward with what I'm trying to do. So,
yeah, first of all, dude, amazing job taking action and finding these deals. You're driving around looking for rundown properties. And did you texted them or you called them?
I text people all,
asked if they wanted to sell their house?
Yeah. Yep.
Got it.
Hey guys, if you know you want to quit your job in the next 3 months, make sure you're subscribed to this podcast, because we've got some incredible frameworks with step-by-step instruction that you're not going to want to miss. Also, leave us a rating and review to let us know your favorite parts and why you want to get financial freedom.
So, Ryan, I'm curious what your example is, but Nicholas, I just wanted to say you're just doing a great job taking action. That's what impresses me most and what tells me like you're going to get through this.
Yeah, you will. Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm like, what can we help you with to help you get feeling a little bit more comfortable in your process?
I wonder, do you think that they were actually too high, Ryan, or do you think that maybe he just didn't talk to enough buyers?
Yeah,
I feel like some buyers have no problem buying properties pretty high.
Yeah, I think you got to work on your buyers list for sure. I don't think that at 90 and 99 and 70, I don't think that those are, for duplexes, those are not bad price points, depending on like how bad a condition they were in. I mean,
they were in terrible condition.
That would obviously weigh into that.
Nicholas, do you how many buyers were at that meetup? Like, that's kind of who you showed the property to, right? Was like the people at the meetup?
We showed the property to about 6 or 7 other investors. My manager showed it to his realtor, and at first, he was going to come in and get a loan out of a lender and buy it for $125. And I guess his lender came back and told him that, he wasn't able to get approved for that loan at that price. So then it kind of like in a scarce mindset after that. And we had to extend the contract as well for another week to, see what we can do. And then it kind of just fell through at that point.
Yeah. So did the properties sell? Did both of those sell?
I mean, I'm sure he's in the signing process with this. He said it was a private investor too. Like, I tried to even ask him if who it was, and he disclosed that information, even though, when it does get sold, I'll obviously figure out who it is, because it could have been someone that I knew.
Right.
Talked to.
That's what I'm saying. Keep an eye on it. When it sells, you can see how much it sold for and and then who it sold to. Then that could be somebody you approach as a buyer next time.
Mm-hmm.
But also, Nicholas, let me share this story. Last year, I had sent a direct mailer to a house. It was run down, and I knew the top dollar I could offer was like $121,000 or something like that, right? And then she's like, hey, I have a buyer for $135,000. And she's like, can you come up a little bit or come up at all? And I really just didn't feel like I could, honestly. And I said, no, I don't think that would work for me. I followed up every week. She's like, oh yeah, so everything's still good. And I would just follow up like once a week, be like, hey, just wanted to check everything's still good. Because sometimes these buyers can't close. Sure enough, that's what happened. She's like, packed her bags, ready to move from Indianapolis to Seattle. And her daughter had died in this house. So she was going to live with her other daughter in Seattle. And that was like a very emotional, transaction for her. And especially after she had her bags packed and they reduced the price on her because they got scared of foundation issues or whatever. Maybe they couldn't find a buyer, right? And she did finally come back to me, and she was in tears because she was so distraught from, all this, hearsay and that it didn't follow through on their word. And then I ended up buying it for $121. I honored the same price that I offered her before. So just stay in touch with those two properties. Nicholas, what do you think your top takeaway from this call has been, if any, so far?
Just being able to network with people that are a little bit older and a little bit more in the game, and, kind of give someone like me advice to kind of understand and, go forth with the process and be able to grow with it.
Yeah.
Kind of something that
Is there anything specific in terms of advice that you feel resonated with you?
Oh, there's a lot of things that resonated, like the mail pieces. I feel like that's something that I could do a lot more. I actually sent out 80 to 90 a couple days ago. So I feel like I should definitely get a little bit more aggressive on that.
Yeah, it's super easy. It's super passive.
Anything else?
Just negotiation, price drops, just being more confident and conviction, just having more conviction with myself.
Got it. I don't know if that's actually been a problem. I mean, you got it under contract, right? Usually, if you got it unconfident, you wouldn't get it under contract at all in the first place. So I don't really know that that's an issue, man. I think you're doing well on that.
Mm-hmm.
See, Jacob was talking to me this morning about, I think it's the belief. I think it's, I don't know. Like, we were kind of just having like this conversation about like desire and, just believe in yourself, just overall. So I've been doing it for probably like 4 or 5 months now.
Okay. Dude, it took me 7 months to get my first deal.
Yeah.
So I think the biggest issue is you've made more progress than I had made in that time frame. You've got 4,000 people you've contacted. I don't see an issue being that you're not contacting people enough.
Well, I'm using
I just keep
as my CRM. I'm keeping everything organized in that.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think if anything, you're just keep doing what you're doing, and you're going to end up finding one that's going to work out.
And I'm going to be like, serious. Like, breakthrough point is like, it's like right here, bro. It's right here. And yep, I see it and I feel it in my heart. And I know that this is something that, I want to proceed doing, and being only 22. I won't be 23 till September. So.
Hey, do me a favor. Come check in with us, like whenever in a month or so, and I want to hear an update on how things are going. Okay,
for sure. I'm just really excited. Like, I'm at the office right now, downtown Toledo. This is the acquisitions office. Just the environment's great.
Love it, brother. Well, thanks for calling in, man.
No, I
appreciate you. See how it goes.
For sure. I will be texting you, David. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, man. I'll talk to you later.
For sure.
Thanks for listening to the DealMachine Real Estate Investing Podcast. Please leave us a review and follow along wherever you're listening to your podcast.